Hi, April. Hi, Tabby. Hi, Lisa the Greatest. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Zumba. I better put my glasses on. Hi, Peggy, Patty and Jack, Joe, Gingerlocks, Ellie Lady, CYNT, Linda, Laura, Stacy, Mama Ames, Judy, What Big Eyes, Diane, Whisper to Me, Scarlet Rain, Mary Kim. Where is GB? I know, right? He's late. There he is. Bernard, Jane, Lena, Seaglass and Shells, Sonia, GB, really late the last couple of days. Running late down the hallway. Wild Irish Rose, hi, Linda, Faith, Julie, Pauline, Debbie Doo, Tori, Greenhouse Homestead, Lisa, Ivy Lynn, you're listening to FoxyBot. Hi, Cesar, hi, Sandy, hi, Linda, hi, Audra, hi, Miss Mary, hi, SN, hi, Carol, hi, Mama Four Girls. We've missed you too, Mama Four Girls. Hi, Deborah, hi, Sam. So you're going to probably want to either have something that you can follow along because it's going to be kind of hands-on. We're going to go on the website, so I'm going to show you how to. This is about finding legitimate work-at-home jobs in all kinds of fields, okay? And we're not talking about, selling leggings or stuff. This is legit stuff. Not that that's not, but that's sales, and you're contingent on what you sell, okay? So this is something different. Hi, Pencilla. So if you want to have a pad to write down the websites to look later, or something that you can go on with us, you might want to get that now. And because there's going to be a lot of information and a lot of sites. Hi, Denise. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Sakura Girl. Hi, Jessica. I get you. Yeah, Jessica. Linda. FoxyBot. FoxyBot. FoxyBot would be good to have on a road trip because you would not fall asleep if you're driving. You can us to make money. You can us to make money. You can use to. What? Mama Four Girls? I'm trying to. Hi, Pallets and Pugs. All kinds of work, Lisa. I'm going to show you all kinds of things. GV, everybody's wondering why you're late. Hi, Deidre. Hi, Principesa. Hi, Sassy Investigator. Hi, Mommy for the win. Hi, RC Breeze. Hi, Serenity. Hi, Little Dove. Okay, so let me just get my thing up here so we can go because it's going to be interactive. Okay. So now Upwork's had a study of 1,000 hiring executives, so it's easier than ever now to find something because 63% of companies now have remote workers, and that's anyone that's working, out of the office. Some people do it, most remote workers are out, 7 days, whatever, how many days a week they're working. They don't ever go to an office. Then there's some that go into an office maybe once a month, maybe once a week, depending. Everything I've done remotely, I've done completely from home. 48% of companies use freelancers. There's 6 times more hiring managers that believe agile team structures will become the norm. And 3 times as many companies believe offices will become temporary anchor points versus daily travel destinations. In fact, hiring managers believe remote work will change the nature of work more than AI, which is artificial intelligence, this robots and everything you hear about, right? Okay, so let's find that remote work. One of the best websites to go on, and I don't know if you've ever been on this one. I have to get back to the chat so I can see what you're saying. Hang on. Is Rat Race Rebellion. Okay? This is a legitimate site that I don't know if you're able to click on that link. I'm going to go on the site with you, but you might want to put it in for 11 years, right, Kelly Cal? So Rat Race Rebellion, who's behind it is Christine Durst and Michael Herron. They've been leaders in the virtual work from home movement since 1999 with their virtual work training company, Staffcentrics. They designed the first virtual career programs for the U.S. State Department and the Armed Forces. Their virtual job finding workshops have been given at community colleges and churches for organizations for people with disabilities, for military spouses and veterans, and many more. They've appeared on Good Morning America, The View, CNN. They've been in the Wall Street Journal and many other media outlets as experts on working from home. And their site is full of legitimate stuff. And I'm going to show you how to navigate around it. So let's go there. Let me see if that... okay, I'm going to have to move this back and go there myself. So hang on. So I've got to put this, hang on, we're going to go, I have other sites I'm going to take you to, but this is one of my first recommendations I make to anyone is the Rat Race Rebellion. Okay, I've got to move it over here, hang on. And it would be, good if you want to, again, bring it up over there so I can show you. Okay. All right. So let me put this, no. Let me move this. Oops, not that. Not that, this. Okay. So this is the site. Now the first thing you see is up here, it says new start here, okay? So that's where you go. And this is going to just give you an introduction and it's going to take you through the steps. So step 1, you can always check out their newest jobs and gigs page. Okay, so they list new things daily. And you can go here, there's a virtual assistant for belay, search engine optimization writer for Love to Know. You'll find the new daily stuff here, okay? Now, understand that you want to go on their listings. Now, I believe these are ads. So be careful if you go on ads on their site because they do sell advertising. So try to stay on their ads here, okay? Like here's United Health Group. Look at the companies that are legit when you're doing this, okay? Kaplan, okay? I know I'm saying okay like 97 times. So I'm trying to make sure that you're with me. Okay. Okay, there I go again. I'm getting like Christopher Watson like. So that is one of the first things. Start there, go through those jobs. Now, if anything appeals to you here, let's just say work from home at Amazon, right? Say that appeals to you. Then you click on that. Okay. Oh my gosh, why am I saying that? And it gives you, work from home, no college required, estimated pay $15 an hour. Now, if that interests you, then keep reading, okay? Oh my gosh, I have to stop. It'll give you a description. Here's the job in Amazon's words. Okay. I'm not getting even paying attention anymore. And then to go straight to the job listing, click here. This is where you can apply. Okay. It's at Amazon Jobs. It takes you to the Amazon site. And then read it through, apply now. Now, we're going to talk about, so then you're going to sign in, about how to get your resume up to par before you do this. If it's not, I'll give you, I'm just fine. I'll give you ideas on how to get that done, but we'll see. So that's what you do there, okay? That's the first page of Rat Race Rebellion. Let me go back. There's a lot of other things on this site too. So you can go right up here to newest jobs and gigs. That's where you'll find this step 1. You should check that every day if you're looking for something, newest jobs and gigs. This is the big list of work from home jobs that they have. So this is a great resource because it gives you all of these companies and you'll see they're legit companies, Cafe Press, and you'll see airlines and you'll see magazines and just all kinds of different companies. And it will tell you what they are, what they're looking for. So you can see if there's anything that jumps out to you there. Media Bistro, they have writing jobs. Now, if you sign up with Media Bistro, every day they'll send you about 3, if you're a writer, freelance writer, or you want a staff writing position. This is a great site, Media Bistro. They will send you every day listings right to your inbox of all kinds of writing jobs. Some are freelance, some are staff writing positions with full benefits. Okay? Just check that out. You'll see all the writing jobs. Someone asked me last night, how can you get writing jobs? This is where you would look for writing jobs. Okay. And just keep going. I mean, you'll see there's everything, mystery, whatever it is, if it's customer service, if it's education, tutors, freelance writers, telephone customer service, chat customer service, lots and lots of stuff that will pay you to eat. I'm sure there are people that do that for restaurants and reviews. Okay, so GitHub, Kimberly Clark, that's Huggy's company, various jobs. You say, it's a great resource. Now, also do this. You see here on the bottom, are you seeing the bottom? It's not, oh yes it is, okay. Customer service jobs, right? Here, yikes, my mouse is not working. Click on customer service jobs. And then you'll see companies here, okay? 1-800-CONTACTS, Apple. These will all be customer service jobs. They will tell you IB means inbound calls. That means you'll be taking inbound calls, outbound calls, you're calling out. EM is an employee and IC is an independent contractor. Some customer service, you don't have to be on the phone. You can do chat, which is good if you have noisy kids or something, or you can do it by emails with tickets and stuff. So, but these are just some customer service jobs that you can check out, right away. What else do we have here? You got the big list. So those are the first 3 things I would send you on if you're looking for something, and then just make sure that you sign up with them on Facebook, because you'll get, if you are on Facebook and Pinterest and Instagram, follow them on social media if you have it, because they'll also put things there, and sign up for their email and they'll send you the latest jobs and stuff. And then some of those sites, like I tell you, like Media Bistro, if you're looking for writing jobs, Media Bistro, and I'll take you there. Hang on. This, okay, I think it's set for me in New York, but you could search remote, and they have work at home. I forget if they list it with remote here or, let me see. Yeah, remote friendly, you see. There's a lot here. All the jobs they send me every day, even though I don't look at them anymore because I'm busier than I could be, are all remote. They're for remote staff writers of all kind. So yeah, you can play around in here, and then you can, it really doesn't matter usually with which city, unless because you could be working remotely, and most don't care for writing jobs. But you can go to Freelance up here. Okay, and then they'll help you create a profile. So that's another site that you can do for, but Rat Race Rebellion would be the first choice for that. So let's go back to, okay, so I'm just trying to see if you guys have any questions about this. This is so interesting. I know what you mean. I'm very sincere. Oh, Ocean Girl, you're not feeling well? Hi, Charlene. Hi, Ocean Girl. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Emil. Okay, Jigsaw Puzzler. So, all right, I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page and nobody had a question about this one. Okay, so Rat Race Rebellion, start there. They have a lot on their site. Now, you can even look at success stories. Again, but everything you need here is right here at the top. You've got the customer service jobs. They're at the, success stories, the big list of work at home jobs, the newest jobs and gigs, and new start here. That will get you connected with everything. Just follow those steps on the new start here. Okay, so let me go to my other stuff. Okay. And now, okay, here's another. Now this job site, if you're good with IT, coding, stuff like, well, you'll see there's a lot of work from home positions here, and it's remote.com, remote.co, I'm sorry. I wonder if it is going to let me go there. Good. So all things remote work. And this is another reputable page, reputable listing. Now, if you go down here, recent remote jobs, you'll see they're in categories, developer jobs. And these pay very well, okay? Someone could make easily over 6 figures with a developer job from home. There's IT jobs. There's marketing jobs. There's customer service. There's writing jobs, online editing jobs, design jobs, healthcare, recruiter. You click on a category and you look at the listings, and then there's all remote jobs, okay? So you just go and see remote design jobs, graphic designer from home. Okay, so let's say you're clicking on this, you're a graphic designer. Okay, full-time, United States based only. It'll give you the company. The ideal candidate is a self-starter with fresh ideas that has experience in designing a wide variety. Whoops, hold on. Pop-up ads, right? A wide variety of visual elements for social, print, video, live stream, and web. This position will report to the VP of Marketing for Digitas. And then you can see your requirements. If you want to apply for it, you just click this on the bottom and it will take you to the application. Again, we'll talk about the resume and the cover letter in a minute. But all kinds of jobs. So it's not just customer service. It's not just, entry-level jobs. You could go from entry-level to wherever you have your expertise in. Okay. Let's go back to... Where's my PowerPoint? PowerPoint. Okay. Now, if you're looking to start out small, I don't know how many of you have heard of these. You've got Taskrabbit and Field Agent. Now, what Field Agent is, it's an app that you put on your phone. And there's little tasks. You go places, you do something, you get paid. Sometimes it's taking a photo from your car. You don't have to get out of your car. You roll your window down. It's taking a photo of a house that someone that's an appraiser, or for some reason they need a picture of a house at that address. You'll see things in your area. You can go take the picture, upload it to this place, and get paid. There's a price for everything. Okay, this is just some little side fun stuff. Sometimes it's taking a picture of something in the grocery store, but there's a lot of people that like this one. And TaskRabbit is something similar, but I'll show you if you haven't seen TaskRabbit. Okay. Oops. I hate when it does this. So it you download the app, it notifies you of potential jobs nearby you. You select the one you want to complete, you confirm the details, and then you complete the work and submit your invoice. And they have all kinds. Now, this has where it could be they need a handyman to fix a fence in your area, or they're like small odd jobs, personal assistant. They might need a virtual assistant. So you can, hi Bridget, you can find that out. It doesn't take, you can see what it is, what they have there. And then here's another little trick though. Every website that you visit, you should always go down here to where it says careers, because whatever company it is, may have remote positions available. So you could always check that out, what they have right there in their company. See, we're hiring. And a lot of companies are. Now, that doesn't mean they're all remote, but a lot of them are. So, like they're looking for developers, customer service. This is in Austin, so doesn't look like any of these are, but it's never a bad idea to check that out for any website that you're on. Okay, so and then there's elite taskers. So this would, I think, is people that have a good rating or something, or they're selected, probably they're trustworthy, reliable, so they have a better rating, and they become an elite tasker, and they're probably picked before anyone else. So it gives positive rating of 98% or higher. So it gives everybody. And the other one that's easy to get started right away is that field agent. Hang on, let me get to my slide again. So this is like mystery shopping solutions. They have that too, where they'll ask you to take a picture of a certain product in Walmart. Now, let's just say there's like 5 products in Walmart to take pictures of, and it's $5 a picture. This is $25 while you're there doing your grocery shopping. So it's like some just little slide money and stuff, but if someone wants to do that and just take a picture, see, like this is field agent stuff. They had to take a picture of the pedigree dog food. They had to take a picture of this shelf. And there's certain things, and you can read it. It's all in there. The restaurants, who asked about restaurants? This has to do with restaurants too. Ivy? Okay. And you can check that out. But that's a fun app. I've recommended that to people and they've done that. And so, because they are a company that does, contract for mystery shoppers too. So check that out. And again, that's just another little something you can check out. Okay, now this one here I know very well, okay? Yours do I know well. This is totally legitimate. Every month you will get paid by direct deposit when you're hired regularly. They do have some jobs that are for a very short time. They do have some jobs that are very long term, where you can work years with them. You are an independent contractor for Ape and Butler Hill. You do require, they give you tests for qualifications. You do a lot of search engine tasks, like looking at, you might be working on Facebook or Instagram, looking at 2 posts, seeing if the tags that are on them are relevant for what they are. There's all kinds of things like that, okay? So what you have to do here, brought me back. And you might have heard of the company Lionsbridge. Ape and Butler Hill bought Lionsbridge. Okay, so they have all kinds of jobs, like I said, but very reliable. Once you start working with them, even if a project ends, that they like your work and you have you've been good, they keep calling you back and back and back. In fact, you usually have to say no. Like sometimes they want to give you 2-3 jobs at a time, but it's all over the world too. So if those of you in the UK, those of you in Australia, wherever, yes, they hire all over. They're actually, I believe they have a big base in Australia, the corporate headquarters, right? Yes. So check that out. Now, what you do to get started here, they're raters. The raters are flexible, part-time, home-based workers that require a computer or mobile device. That is a job where you're rating things. That's where you're looking on social media for stuff. There's language jobs. Okay, language, transcription, translation, and linguistics. And they even, I know this is going to sound weird, they hire kids, not the way you think. When there is an adult in the house that works with them, they will ask sometimes, because developing like Google, where voice recognition, there are tasks where you will say like 500 different phrases or words. And they want children to do it too, because they have to learn to pick up on their patterns, and they will pay your kids to do that once in a while. Then they have micro tasks. These are the short little tasks. Like sometimes there's just like one survey that comes through, or something that takes you 15 minutes. Once you're working with them, you usually get those in addition to your regular part-time job. And then there's corporate jobs. So just go there, apply, get started, and then there's job boards and things you can go to. This is like I said, it's a very legit company. They'll pay you with direct deposit every single month, and it's a very reliable company for people that want to work at home. Who's in Canada, Lisa? Oh, they're all over, yeah, right? You can work in Canada here. Can you? China? I thought you could. Let me see. I'm fairly certain you can. So just, that's another. And okay, where's my, hold on, I gotta get my other slide here. I'm missing my slides. Okay. This is the one I'm missing. I don't know why that didn't get. For some reason I'm not having that on that slideshow. Okay. Google is your friend, and it can help you find a job too. There are specialized Google searches. You can find opportunities in customer service at Williams-Sonoma that you can do from home, Spirit Airlines, Frontier Airlines, and more. There's so many companies that hire home workers. Check. Now, another thing to check is if you have a medical complex where it has all the different doctors and specialists in your area, many of them hire at-home workers, okay? Because we have one. They actually have like several different locations, but it's one of those that you call in, and there's like 19 different numbers if you need to refill prescriptions, if you need to schedule an appointment, if you need whatever. And they hire home workers to do all of that. So look there, okay? If your local medical complex is looking for workers to do that. So that's another option, but I want to show you here on the Google. Hang on the Google. Oh, I have to go here. Hang on. Okay. All right, here's what I want to show you. All right, so say you put airline remote jobs, you're going to get this right here. And then okay, here's Spirit Airlines, right, a coordinator. And see where it says anywhere? You can be anywhere. Work from home. Frontier Airlines, Via Ladders, work from home. Boutique Air, that's a maintenance controller. I don't know how you're controlling maintenance from home, but you are there. Travel consultant, work from home. Here's one, work from home. Customer service agent. Here's Williams Sonoma, okay? Customer care agent, work from anywhere, 5 days ago, work from home. So if you wanted to go to that, you would click on that, you apply at Glassdoor. They're going to give you all the information here. Williams Sonoma, they give you some ratings, and then you just go to apply here on Glassdoor. Okay, Williams Sonoma. And there's what it is, job duties, the pay, the qualifications. Okay, create job alert, or you just apply to the job if that's something. Apply on the company site. So Google, you can put lots of other things in Google to find. So whatever it is, and Glassdoor is another place to search. Okay, so you would put the words remote in here. You could put work at home and see what comes up. So for instance, if you did now this is Tallahassee, but I didn't really want to leave it limited to Tallahassee, but you know what I mean. You can put any kind of, so you could search anywhere for it. You could put remote too and find it. So that's another way to find something. Okay. And I think we got, we're missing, it's not going to my other slide. Hang on. I think it's on hidden. I have to unhide it. I don't know why. Okay. Now it should give it to me. Come on. Okay, so before you apply, make sure that you go with your best foot forward. So dust off and update your resume. Use a professional email to apply. Okay, this is so important. I can't tell you, when I was hiring people and they would reply with an email that was like, I'm trying to think of some of the emails that we had, like, just crazy emails like, partyallnight@gmail.com, like, I don't take life serious at gmail.com. You know what I'm talking about. Try to get a Gmail with your name on it, okay, or either your first and middle initial and your last name at Gmail. Don't do a cutesy email. Don't do a, Tyler party of 5. It's just, try to keep it professional. And then make sure you proofread everything. Now, if you need help with cover letters, Indeed has a career center, and you can get cover letter samples and templates. Okay, so for whatever job that you're looking for, you can come over here, and let's say you were looking to be a legal assistant. So it'll give you the legal assistant cover letters, and it gives you 2 options. Okay. No, do they give you? No, they give you 1 option. Okay, this is your instructions. They give you 1 option over here. And then you can just customize it. You fill it in with, how many years you have. You're not going to leave 8 years. If you have 10 years, 12 years, you put your company names in and just fill it in with your information. And then you can go there to the resume, or you can right up here, see the career guide? So finding a job, it'll give you tips on interviewing, starting a new job, and more. It's not giving me more, but resumes and cover letters. Okay, so how to include relevant coursework. This will help you, update your resume, writing a resume with no experience. 7 powerful ways to start a cover letter. So it'll give you some skills on that. And then on that other thing where we were with the cover letter, hold on. You can create an Indeed resume, and that will keep your resume here because this is another place you can search for jobs. Again, you can search with work at home, remote, a lot of stuff will come up. Look for legit companies. Now, understand that if you're looking on somewhere like Indeed, you very, very likely will see in between things like, for the multi-level marketing thing that was, what was it, that insurance company? You'll see things like that. So you have to be keen. Look for the company name. Make sure it's a legit company that you're applying for, unless, you're looking for something like that. But yeah, try to make sure that you're doing due diligence when you're doing that. And, other resources for resumes are on a lot of sites like this, but there's your cover letter, and there's also resources down here. So yeah, just another thing you could do if you needed help with just looking at some resumes, you could look for whatever you're trying to, make your resume a little better looking in, whatever it is, if it's healthcare, check out some other resumes. And they can give you ideas of format, of what to put in it, and you can get your ideas from there too. So that's another option. And I think I have, let me see here. Let me go through everything with that. So I'm going to, hold on, I'm going to come back to the chat. And see if you guys have any questions or anything here. Hang on. Okay. Did that help any of you? Or you're like, oh, we knew all about that, Carolyn. There are things online. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Just use Google for, you can find a lot of resume helpers. Nonprofit, yeah, I mean, you just have to look. There's a lot of resources. Is it better? Helped a lot? Okay, good. Who's scared? What's going on? Okay, well, I hope that helped. Let me know if... Oh, you're welcome. I love you too. You've been trying to find legit remote jobs, and this will help a lot. Yeah, Teresa, start on the Rat Race Rebellion page. And Ape in Butler Hill. Do that 100%. Do APE in Butler Hill. I have a lot of, I'm telling you, there. You did, Jigsaw? Good for you. You've been at it and have much. Did that help you, Green? Did you see some other resources? That was very helpful. You're welcome. Does anybody have any questions on that? You don't have skills except typing, so you can work APE in Butler Hill without, yep, you can. You can do a lot of things with just typing. I want to live in Williams-Sonoma. Right, Bellamac? Anyone can always rewatch the stream if you missed it. If you want those links, sure. Yep. That was a lot. Oral reading of books. Take a look. You check out the Rat Race Rebellion, Linda, and then check out the remote.co. There's a huge amount of remote.co has a lot of specialized jobs. You know, they have virtual assistant jobs and stuff, but they have like a lot of graphic arts and IT and front end builders. So check that out if you have those skills, or if you have a partner that has those skills that's looking for something from home. We have, what do you have? Mathletics? That math has never been your friend? And you were the head teller in a bank. You need to have a nice voice for what, Safi? There's a lot of customer service that they don't use your voice, that they use chat, that they use tickets, which is like little emails. A lot of them don't use any type of phone at all. You haven't worked for years and lost your resume. Ocean Girl, just start with a resume builder. Just start. There's a lot. I mean, if you have a program like Word, it'll get you started on setting up a resume. Go search on Indeed. And like I said, take someone's resume and use it as a guide and put your information in there. Get a resume that has your type of experience and use it as a guide, really. There's even sites where it will help you every step of the way and hook it. You know, I mean, I can go into more detail, but I just didn't know this is a lot right now. I never leave the kitchen, Crystal. Nope, never. You sent me a message, but it didn't show up on my sent. I tried 3 more times and still not in my sent box. Okay, I'll check. I don't know why. What's the matter with Bridget? What's wrong with Bridget? You're not feeling well? We have so many at-home people here that can use this. That was real info. Oh, something. Thanks, Bridget. Is something wrong? She needs to go to sleep? Okay. Go to sleep, Bridget. Indeed, it is easy to use to build your resume. Yeah. We can do mock interviews. I used to do that. We used to do that when I had to train people, especially if you had to train them in sales. We used to do that all the time on conference calls. We would do mock calls because some people were so afraid, and we would teach them how to approach people or take a phone call, and and we would do the role playing all the time. Oh, thanks, Pamela. You have started watching the Zoom training videos? Good. You do mock interviews with your grandson? Good for you, old woman. Is there anything that, oh, thanks, Ocean Girl. Yeah, role playing. Right, yeah. They would always make jokes about that. No time to, I'd be like, we're going to do some role play. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Okay. What are Zoom training videos? About this software, the meeting software, about what you can do with it. Oh, were they cringy for you, Casbot? We enjoyed them. We had a good time with. I loved being the person that didn't want anything, that you could not, you couldn't sell me anything. I loved being that one, and just watching them, because I love that. You just had cottage cheese, and you put salsa in it. Really, Judy? I love cottage cheese, but I put pineapple in it. You do mock telephone calls with your grandson. Kids don't talk on the phone. Yeah, that's true. That's good. You're welcome. Are you going to get kicked off the island? You always eat it with salsa? I like mild salsa, but I never thought of... You know what I put salsa in? Brown rice. Have you ever had brown rice with salsa? You put hot sauce in it? Your daughter teaches English to Chinese students online. She does it early morning, about 5 hours. That's good wildlife. There's a lot of tutoring jobs. Yeah, there's tutoring jobs there. A lot of those math programs that, like, I know that for our blog, we reviewed a math program that was online tutoring, an online class. And they hire teachers to go on there. And I don't even know, if they're actual teacher. I don't even know what the credentials are, but I think so. And they teach math to kids. So there's a lot of tutoring kind of jobs like that. And even your own tutoring, that's what I'm saying. If you have a skill set. Thank you, Maui Chickadees, just to say thank you. And all your ramblers, love and respect you. Thank you. Hey, Know My Worth. Hey, Save Robbie. Hey, Jeanette. So yeah, check that out. And like I said, don't forget about local resources like the HMO. That's what I'm thinking. HMO. Where all the health services are, all the specialists, all the doctors. A lot of them use at-home workers to handle calls and stuff. I know ours does. And they're also just starting, because when I called up to make an appointment, they said, we're going to be starting live chat to, schedule appointments. So they need all those live chat operators. So if you've ever done live chat, there's a lot of opportunities for that too, for customer service or scheduling. Teaching English as a second language can often be done online without an education degree. Delia, yes, surely. I'm going to have to start at the beginning and take notes. I really need some work from home jobs. This is fantastic information. Thank you. Good. Let me know if you need any help there, Deanna. I haven't had that in yours, but you're talking about the cottage cheese. And let's see. How long should a resume be? Well, it's going to depend on your experience and stuff, but you don't want to be overly wordy. That's why you can look at some great examples and then try to make it fit in there. 6 pages. Yeah, 6-page cover letter is good. Should just put everything in it. People don't want to read, that's the whole thing. If people see they don't want to read a lot of stuff. That's why you should be concise and to the point in your cover letter. And there are people that send cover letters in that are like 2 full pages, and you're okay. It's supposed to be 105? Wow. You have thousands of hours of experience. Well, you put that down as social media observations. Social media, you gauge traffic for social media, or you've analyzed it. You're an analyzer, social media analyzer. Used to dread the cover letter? Yeah. Right, sell yourself. Is it? It's cold there, say Robbie? 1-page cover letter, 1-page resume. Had to typing on this tiny screen. How far back should you go? Well, if you have your relevant experience, I think they say no more than the last 3 jobs. If you're changing jobs like every 6 months, that's not going to look good anyway. Because you're not looking like you're too stable in the employment area. Is it 5? Yeah, 5 years would be good, unless you have something. If you had something really relevant on the 60, or they say it's subjective, but you don't want to go, back to my first job out of high school. Started birth. You'll find if you go to those career sites, even I think Race Rebellion has something where it'll give you pointers on the resume. You sold yourself, but you didn't get much. Right, absolutely, Bella Mac, yeah. There's certain templates for it. Just like you saw the cover letter, you can go to Indeed and find stuff like that for the resume. Directed to there's the cover letter directed to the... Right, every cover letter, of course, you change it you have to look at what they're looking for, okay? And then speak to that in the cover letter. So you change it up. You can have your template and then just change it up looking at what they're looking for. Please tell Granny good night. She's sad because I have to leave her tomorrow and I'm going to miss her so much. Oh, good night, Granny. Sweet dreams, and don't worry. Lisa will be checking in on you, and she loves you very much. Good night, Granny. Thank you, Lisa. You made a wedding cape stole for a friend's daughter, no pattern. It almost drove you to drink, but it turned out really nice and matched your dress perfectly. Good for you, Sharon. Where's my cat? I don't know why he's not showing up. He's not on the job tonight. The cat took off tonight. Crazy. So what else? We've got another day. You think that defense will probably be wrapping that up tomorrow, right? Was Cowgirl in here tonight? I have to write Cowgirl back about something. She wrote me. Cowgirl up, if you hear this or see my lips, I got your email. I thought I wrote back or not. I probably meant to write back. That's fine. What you said is absolutely fine. I have no problem with that at all. You didn't say, okay. Did I get your email, Sonia? What, today was it? I know I got a lot of emails today and a lot of pictures from Charlene. So I guess we'll put up some pictures now. And unless anybody have any other questions on any of the sites. If you have big gaps in your resume, try some reasonable filler. No hyperbole, but everything can matter if it applies to the job you're seeking. You were on mute? Oh, yes, I did, Laura. I did. The SD card problem? Yes. I have the other disc. Everything came flying back. The other disc that I was trying last night, everything came back except those pictures over like that one thing. Now, I know that's a partition problem, but I think I might already have those pictures. I think those were pictures that I deleted, and when it recovered, right? Like I don't even need the ones that were just listed there. They have the other ones were in another, if that's making any sense. But I can just get a petition program and get those back if I wanted them. But I'm going to check the file because I think I already took them off and deleted them on the chip, and that's why it just recovered them because it, you know what I mean. But yes, thank God, yes. I did, and I got my video back that I made yesterday. Remember that I said I lost? I got the other 2 parts back, so I can put that video up. That's an interesting video. So I'll get that out later. I sent you an email a few days ago, not a picture, privately a few days ago? Okay, because I have like a lot of pictures from you today. I have to go through, I'm going to go through, I'm a kind of, I know Hennessy, right? I was like freaked last night. Ugh, that's the worst thing, isn't it? And then you're making all these promises. I promise I'll never keep the pictures on the chip. I promise. Okay. Read my email. Okay, Linda. Yeah, I did see an email from you as I was getting on. Meant to say, FYI, it's private. Okay. In a notebook. Oh. Glad to hear you got your photos back. I was late getting on here. Oh, hi, Larry Ann. Tonight, yeah, great news. Thank you. Thank you for your husband's help. Any idea about the Tim Jones? No, I don't know how many people they're having on there or what. Just going to be seeing what's going on. I don't think, let me just check my email if I have anything about anything. Why is my mouse not behaving? I don't know. Okay. Oh, I'm in my wrong email. That would be good. That's the TV. Nobody's getting an ambulance or anything. Maui Chickadee, I just, yeah, I got all 3 emails from you. I have 2 one that came in at 12:19, okay, this a.m., And then 2 came in at 12, one at 12:45 and one at 12:58. Okay. Whisper to me. I thought I picked this up. I don't know why it's telling me whisper to me. I picked that up. It's telling me I didn't pick up your greeting card, whisper to me. I don't know why. Maybe I went into the wrong link or something. Okay. I have something from April. Something from Janelle. Oh, Von Solo. Oh, wait. We have something on the trial. See? Von Solo. Oh, wow. A lot. Okay, you ready for the Tim Jones stuff? Okay. Thank you, Von Solo. Today I'm pleased to say that this email will not be nearly as technical to South Carolina law as most of my prior emails have been. I've listened to your channel the last couple of days, usually in replay, and wanted to remark and perhaps clarify a couple of things that have been discussed. I agree the Jones children had exceptional teachers at Taskrabbit Elementary School. There was discussion about whether the school was public, private, or parochial. Taskrabbit Elementary School is a South Carolina public school. Wow, it is a public school. Located in Lexington County, School District 1. This leads me to caution your community members to please do not declare something as fact if they are only speculating. Give input, yes, but qualify it as what you think instead of making declarations of fact. As you have said many times in the Watts case, just because something says something as gospel, someone says something as gospel does not mean it is the truth, including me. Correct. Everything I say can be Googled for substantiation. Not that the school thing is an important issue, but because I live in Lexington, South Carolina, and know many of these topics that are discussed, it has been driving me insane. And she did that, insane, like that. When people state as fact something that is patently incorrect. Me too. I know, and I get like that too. Sorry for the rant. It's okay. LOL. Anyway, earlier in the trial, there was mention that Tim moved where he did so that his kids would be located in that school district. My opinion is that regardless of how screwed up his family was, and goodness knows they were more than the average dysfunctional family, one thing Tim knew he had going for him on a personal level was his intellect. So it was probably important to him prior to becoming a hate-filled, homicidal maniac that his kids be given a good education. Another topic of conversation that has been about the redhead. Her name is Emily Kuchar, and she, too, is an attorney with the South Carolina Commission on Indigent Defense in the Division of Capital Defenders. She was not at the defense table in the early days of the trial. I speculate that at some point. Right, she was sitting behind him. Tim was driving Boyd, Casey, and Rob so crazy that they asked her to be his handholder so that they could concentrate on defending his butt instead of babysitting him. Because she has not been with the SCCID for very long, I expect she is not formally his attorney of record, which is why she isn't participating in the questioning. But no doubt she has been working on the back end of the case and can answer his questions and explain rules of the court to him. And as for the look on her face, it could either just be the way her face is, or the fact that she has been tasked with having to sit beside Jones for the last several weeks. I'd look like that too if I was about to burst into tears and throw up all at the same time, if it were me. Now, about the pastor and the police officer that testified on Friday. During discovery, all potential witnesses are deposed. A deposition, for those who do not know, is basically in-court testimony given in or out of a court setting. With the amount of witnesses called in the case, I would expect that depositions were taken over the course of several years. In the first days of the trial, there were stacks of letter-sized sealed white envelopes on a table. Those were some of the official transcripts from depositions. If a witness were to change their testimony on the stand from what they had said in the deposition, the opposing attorney would have requested the court for permission to formally unseal the transcript and point out the discrepancy of the person's testimony. In other words, impeach the witness on the stand. It's kind of like a Matlock moment. Haha. Anyway, a deposition is taken before a court reporter under oath, and that's why it's admissible in court. Therefore, the witnesses must be truthful in his deposition, and he is sitting on the witness stand. Don't worry, I haven't lost my train of thought regarding the pastor and the police officer. I'm just setting the stage here. The attorneys can depose whoever they choose to testify in a pending lawsuit. The authority to depose a prospective witness is granted by subpoena powers, and the attorneys of record have subpoena powers in South Carolina. Many times witnesses are sent a simple notice of deposition, but if the witness doesn't want to be a witness, a subpoena can be issued, and that person is then compelled to appear. In other words, a warrant can be issued, and they can be arrested if they don't appear. In civil matters in South Carolina, that subpoena power only extends 100 miles from the point of appearance. I do not know in criminal cases if it's the same, or if subpoena powers extend throughout the entire state. If a potential witness is located outside of the subpoena range, the attorney would request the court in another jurisdiction to domesticate the subpoena, which would allow the subpoena to reach the witness in another jurisdiction. That's just a description of the broad-reaching power of the court. So during the depositions, both sides attend and question the witness. And once the trial starts, all witnesses, whether they volunteer or not, will receive a trial subpoena. So whether they want to or not, they have to appear. Think about those poor intel guys. In a trial expected to last this long, the court does not expect these people to stop their lives so that they're able to appear at a moment's notice. The attorney and the judge discuss at the end of every day how long they expect the next day to go, and the attorneys contact their witnesses they expect to call the next day. So it's not that the attorneys aren't prepared. They are as prepared as they can be. But if something doesn't take as long as anticipated, like the state being able to rest their case early, then it's not the defense's fault that their witnesses were not available. So now I'm finally at where I'm going with the pastor and the police officer, who many were referring to as the prison guard. I had watched that testimony and then saw the comments made on your channel. And not for the first time did I wonder if I were watching the same trial everyone else was. Based on the testimony of both the pastor and Sergeant Swords, I could tell that they were not friendly to the defense. I admired both of these men, and I will tell you why. If you listen to their testimony with the understanding that they were subpoenaed to testify and then were under oath to tell the truth, and understood that they had been previously deposed, so the defense knew what their testimony would be, you will understand that neither of them said anything favorable about Jones as a person. But to glean this, you have to listen to the carefully worded questions that Rod Manson asked. What I heard the pastor say was he was approached by Boyd Young early on and asked if the pastor would meet with Jones as a spiritual advisor. The pastor ran a program that worked with men who had drug and criminal histories, and the pastor said he had worked with Casey Secor, the one with the beard, in the past. He said he knew who Jones was, and he took some time to think and pray about it, but then basically said that he felt that as a pastor he had to do this. He said that he had met with Jones 10 to 12 times. He said that he did not spend a lot of time speaking with Jones about the case. He felt his purpose was to minister to Jones spiritually, so they would read scripture together. He taught Jones songs, and they sang together, and they prayed together. These are things I would expect an ordained pastor to do with any sinner. What would Jesus do? He said that one time Tim did talk to him about what happened. He led Tim in a prayer of forgiveness. Again, that's what pastors do. He then said that Tim's literal interpretation of the Bible caused Tim's issues in his spiritual life. The pastor said that a literal interpretation of the Bible was not part of the Pentecostal faith, but that some Pentecostals may have that point of view. I took that like he meant any Christian can have radical views that aren't what most Christians believe. He was asked if he believed Tim could be a positive influence, and he said yes. If one believes God can do anything, then one would have to answer yes, as he did. When he was asked if he thought a person can be forgiven and redeemed in heaven, he said yes. That is the pastor's spiritual truth. I personally think that the pastor was doing what he was called to do, which was to be a spiritual advisor to Tim Jones because he felt it was the right thing to do. Whenever the pastor added anything to his expected testimony, Madsen would then quickly do his best to mitigate the testimony with follow-up questions. When the pastor left the stand, he shook both Hubbard's and Young's hand. He is an honorable man put in a difficult position, and he was under subpoena. As for Sergeant Sowards, he is not a prison guard. He testified that he was a sergeant with the Lexington County Sheriff's Department and worked with the Fugitive Task Force. If you noticed, when he was called, he approached the stand from the side of the defense table, which I'm sure he has been throughout the trial in his duty as Jones's law enforcement handler. Again, if you had listened to the questions he was asked, he was not friendly to the defense. He was basically asked that compared with other inmates, was Jones well behaved? I think we all know that Jones can conduct himself appropriately when he wants to, which also shows that he's not insane or grossly mentally ill. When asked if Tim ever made him feel uncomfortable, Soward said no, but qualified it that much of the time Jones was heavily sedated, which watched Soward's face. He was disgusted when he had to answer things that he knew would appear that he was favorable to Jones because of the way Madsen phrased the question. For those who will say that he talked about Jones saying he heard voices during the trial, it was his duty to report these things. When he talked about Jones being unshaven because he didn't want them to be late, Madsen spins it like Jones is such a good guy that he didn't even shave because he didn't want them to be late for court. Soward said that's what he said. He may as well replied whatever and rolled his eyes. When Madsen again asked if Jones ever made him feel uncomfortable, watch his face. Finally, he said no. He qualified it this time with the level of the changes made me uncomfortable. Madsen about cursed. He finished with, is it fair to say Tim has been a model inmate? And Soward said, he has with me. Again, qualifying his statement to just himself. Completely worthless testimony, so prosecution did not have any questions. Remember, Sergeant Sowards was under subpoena. So that's my take on the defense's mitigation and penalty thus far. Neither of those men wanted to be favorable to Jones, but they were honest, under subpoena and under oath. I think they were both very careful in their responses. Here's a topic for discussion that I cannot wrap my head around in both this case and the Watts case. I love my 3 adult children with my entire being, but if one of them intentionally murdered one of my grandchildren, the 4 I currently have now, or any of the future ones, would I be willing to just accept it and treat them as though it didn't happen? That it was instead some tragic accident that I needed to love and support them, like if they had been driving and it had been a car accident? Would I fight to have them set free to re-enter society? Hell no. They'd still be my child, and I would love them in spite of what they did, but I would fully expect them to be in prison and maybe even on death row, depending on the circumstances. I'd be crushed and heartbroken for the rest of my life. But I've always taught my children that they were responsible for their actions. are these families just that completely effed up? Or am I just a hard-hearted mother? So that's your discussion question. There, I'm back. Von Solo's got some long emails, right? But very informative. I took that Pentecostal faith, antisocial behavior, when put to task into mainstream. Preacher did not have truth to me. Yes, the families are messed up. What? Completely correct. Great email. They are interesting emails, aren't they? Yeah. Very informative. Very entertaining as well. Hey, Tico. YouTube's most trusted, adorable, elegant, eloquent, and most humble man. It says it right there how humble you are, huh, Tico? Interesting. It is Von Solo. However, yeah, just like that. I love the passion. She's right. I agree with her. Like, who's not going to behave when someone has a gun and you're handcuffed? Good points in email, very good points indeed. I concur. Sakura. When Elizabeth Smart was found alive, Nancy Grace was horrible in her interview. Elizabeth Stewart even made a side eye roll to show her disbelief. You would love your son. Forgive? No. Maybe in time, though. Mommy Chickadee says. My family is beyond messed up, Angel Kelly says. Everyone wishes I would die. They don't care about me anymore. Oh, no. I don't think so, Angel. They don't wish you could die, Kelly. You really enjoy those emails. She makes a lot of sense. Hi, Aussie. Why did I think you had yellow? I don't know. I think you had, maybe because you always write to me and with my name and it's yellow. Aussie. Tico, you forgot to add that you're impeccably carved from the finest marble. I'm not saying I dislike Nancy Grace. I do think she speaks a lot before she thinks. That's good. Speaks a lot before she thinks. Those are like, remember when they used to say if they were Native American names, like, that would be a good one. Meet my brother. Speaks a lot before he thinks. Right? You knew what you were getting there if you had a name like that. This is my husband. Speaks a lot before he thinks. Open mouth, insert foot. Stands with fist. Miss Nancy has no filter. My family is the same, Angela Kelly. Oh, really, Safi? Okay, let me go back to the email. That was interesting. Okay. Please, Carolyn, I sent you an email. This is Callie sending. This is me. This is you. This is everyone on the Ramblers. Oh, okay. You sent me a video. Yeah, but I'll listen to it later, Callie. Thank you. This is me. This is you. This is everyone on the Ramblers. God gives us all signs like your eagle on the lake. I just can't play that because it's not, I don't own the rights to it. So I'll listen to it later. But thank you, Kelly. Okay. Jimmy, that's a little loud. Please. You didn't hear, I bet you didn't hear me. Just got the TV so loud. Oh, Teresa sent me something. Let's see. I wanted to share this of my patio. Let me see here.
This is where I'll be spending my summer, 2019. It's a lovely place to be, restful, peaceful. Plants, we have tomato plants. We have a hummingbird plant, succulents, a variety. Windmill. My dad made that sign, welcome. Some plants given to me by other people. And then just a pleasant place to stay and have iced tea. For the afternoon, it's very peaceful. Just what the doctor ordered. Okay. Have a nice day.
Thanks for sending that in, Teresa. Thanks for narrating it, too. Okay. And let's see. Do we have... Oh, Sonia. Yes, I've got your pictures. So the last 2 days, Sonia says, we were outdoors for hours. Saturday, we went to the Bavaria Park. The little one is Nico. The bigger one is Luca, my nephews. I am the one with the black hair, and my sister, Petra, is the one with the white hair. LOL. I'm sure your sister appreciates that. She just dyed her hair because she's tired of coloring it black. Yesterday, we went to the Bavarian forest. The man you see is my fiancé. We were in there for almost 7 hours, and my body hurts from top to bottom. Please do not let dumb people take your spirit. You have people who love you from all over the world. I mean, you just went to the Bavarian forest within a few seconds. LOL. I love you. Love you too, Sonia. So let's see. We're going to go to the Bavarian forest. I'll take you with me. Oh, your sister has like blonde hair, and she must have loved that. Maybe you call it white there. I don't know. I was expecting like stark white, Snow White, like Watts, Ronnie Watts' hair. I think that's your fiance, if I'm correct. I think so, right? If I'm wrong, let me know. Oh, there you are. Very nice with your nephews. Wow, very nice. Oh, be careful. Whack you with the stick. Okay. What is that owl? That's a real owl? Oh, this is a handler, right? Okay. See how many steps can we see how many steps you've taken? No. I can't make it help. Oh, that's the picture of that. Is that what we saw from the outside, right? And that's we're seeing it from the outside. Okay. And there's everybody. It looks like you're on a roller coaster, but you're on like a tram ride, right? Or something. Very nice. Thank you for sharing. Okay. So that was from Sonia. Germany, outdoors. Bavaria, Germany. Don't say I don't take you anywhere. Okay, Sherry says, The Killer Across the Table book. Read it in 2 days, and I can absolutely see how he describes the tactics used in each phase of the interview, interrogation, and prison interview, and how they use those tactics on CWATs. Thanks for the fascinating books. Thanks for suggesting this fascinating book. You're welcome. I have to get to mine. I have to get to the book club stuff. I get it. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's knock that out. Charlene has been. Oh, I see. Those things are right. You don't want me to announce. You don't want me to announce your cell phone and stuff on the air, Charlene, and your home address and all that stuff. No. Okay, I won't. I won't. But let me see. Let's see what we have here from Charlene. Very nice. That's not a Columbine, is it? No. What is that, Charlene? I don't know what that is. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go to the next one. Not exactly. Is this in the garden, Charlene? Okay. And poppies. What is that? What is that? You're colder than me, Charlene. Aren't you colder than where I am? I was told I couldn't have a lot of things. And how do you have something flowering like that? What is that? I've never seen anything like that. Wow. Okay. You have to let me know. I can't see the chat, so I'll have to go back and check later or something. That's another angle of it. I'm not sure what that is. Okay. It's like pink powder puffs on sticks. Hot pink powder puffs. Rhododendrons. from the inside looking out. What's this over here? Is that a pool or something? You see that body of water? Is that a bird? What is that? Look at this. Looks like... I'm not sure what that is. All right. Oh, you have a little arbor. Is that a seat in there? You have a seat in there or something? Looks like there's got a bench or some, maybe a swing, something? Not a swing, right? I don't know. Maybe it's just a fence on the, I don't know. This definitely is looking like a swimming pool now. Bench over there. Yeah. Nice job. Are those are your lilacs, right? Mine are like a big tree. Did you just put those in? Or is that a bush? Maybe that's not a lilac? Is that some kind of a butterfly bush? I don't know. It's confusing me. But it was lilacs before, and I'm not sure. I think it might be a butterfly bush of some kind. I'm still not certain. It doesn't look like a lilac, but it looks like a lilac. These are like a reddish hot pink rhododendron. I think I have something like these. Mine bloom later. They're different. They're a little bit different. Did you make these walls yourself? What am I looking for? Ferns and hostas. Ferns and hostas. Do you have these? These grow naturally all around in the woods. And as soon as you pick them out, and they don't come up again, but they do sometimes. They're weird, right? What are those? Are those your peonies? They look like peonies, but I don't see a lot of blooms. I might win the peony wars. What is this? This almost looks like a hammock. Gosh, my kids would be all over that. Is that a branch of a tree? Oh, it might be deceiving, probably. It looks like it's a huge... It looks like it's a huge... It's very deceiving, right? It's probably like a little branch. Yeah, that was... like it was this big thing over your lawn. That's an optical illusion. Okay. I was like, my kids would be on it all day. Oh, here's the blooms. I see them. I still... Okay, well, we'll have to see on that one. Very nice. Charlene spends all day outside doing this. Charlene, you could go on the Taskrabbit and do this for someone else when you run out of things to do there. Iris, how are you? I'm not sure what that is. That looks like some kind of Hawaiian flower. Wow, Charlene, you could have your own, we could put your own slideshow up of your pictures here. Botanical one. Aren't these different box or something? I think it looks like something I have. I don't know. I don't even know the names of the stuff I have. Is that a fossil? What is that, a rock? Oops, somebody's head. Irises. Is this your little kneeler over here? I think so. Right? Iris. I miss you. Sounds like Scooby-Doo. I miss you. I miss you. Oh, is this a pond over here? What? Looks like what? Is that a pond? Did you said you had a koi pond, did you? Or am I dreaming? Nice. There's only 147 more. So we have. That's an interesting rock right there. That's a duplicate. I think these are duplicates here. This might be. Yeah, I think these are duplicate. Okay, I think we got to the end. Let me see. Yeah. Sent some through twice for some reason. No, I don't think we got to see this one. Let me see. Maybe. Okay. Well, thank you, Charlene, for sharing your beautiful flowers. Do you have, if you have a koi pond, you should share that. Okay, now we've got Kristen Silverman says, would you say this is ready to plant? It is too cool to plant it outside in a pot. Remember, my weather isn't too different than yours. I'm in Mountaintop, PA. Also, you're in Mountaintop, PA. You're not too far from me, yeah. And I wouldn't put it outside even, I don't even really put them outside unless it's hot, hot summer when they're brand new like that. I do put the plants out, but, you know, keep it inside. Well, maybe I do. Hot summer, yeah, but not if it's going to get cold. Remember, okay. Also, can I plant it in a very large pot outside? This one has one other young vegetable sprouting up, or would you advise against that? Can you plant it in a very large pot? You do understand you're going to have to bring it in, right? So I would just plant it in, you know, just a regular sized planter, and then you can always replant it. But I would plant it by itself probably if you had something like that. Because you don't want to have to dig it up and traumatize it again, you know. I'm obviously new to planting and growing, but I'll include a few pictures of my new herb planter and stir-fry broccoli and red onion platter that I just made. Okay, hang on. Okay, all right, hang on. I like these planters. Oh, you put them up on bricks. I have ones up here that I got. I should take a picture of them on clearance at the Home Depot at the end of the year. And they're the ones by the company that makes the sheds with a K. I think it's with a K. What is it? It's a K or a W. You know which ones I'm talking about. They make those sheds, not the Rubbermaid one, but the next name. Ketter, something like that, you know, with a K. And I got them for like $14, and I think I got the other one for like $10. And they're high like that. They're just like that, but they're made out of that. And they have a special thing that if you water, it's like a tube, and there's a little stem that comes out, and it tells you when to water them. It's really good. I like it a lot, and I have my stuff in there and see how it does. First time that I've used those. Okay. But that's good. You raise them up on bricks. You're very ingenious. Very good idea. So rosemary. Oh, is that? Wow. Yeah, you're ready to plant. That's got really nice roots. That's got tremendous roots. Some of you do even better, a lot better than me sometimes on some of them. That one that I had that got the roots right away, that was like the best pineapple rooting I've ever had in my life. I like this. Is glass. What is this? Is this hanging on the window or what? That looks like it's precarious. It's going to fall. Be careful. You wouldn't want to break that there. That looks kind of scary. All right. Thanks for sending that in. Oh, now we're going to go through all of, oh, unless I just go here. That's a lot of pictures together. Oh, it's going to do it really fast for us. Look at that. Wow. Automatic. Okay. Watch, nobody's here. Oh, now everybody's gone. Oh, no, there's like 100 more than when I left. Okay. You just emailed her. Who did you just email? Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry, Turtle Girl. Really? Oh. Wow. Carolyn, please check my email. Okay. Okay, all right. Hang on a minute. I'm going to see if I have any information on that. Oh, wait a second. I have a message from Angel 4 hours ago. The other message I read was from her. This says, after your heart-touching message on the lake, I was holding my phone and crying, and this came up. This is me. This is you. This is beautiful. All the Ramblers. It's the video that I can't play. It's from The Greatest Show on Earth, The Greatest Showman. You might know what it is. Thank you all for your time away from your family. You come on every night to be with us, to share your life, to make all of us, no matter how broken we are, feel special. I know there are a lot of people struggling. I can't get out for walks anymore because of my health issues. I would love if you would do a live one night outside. Thank you for being the beautiful woman you are. Don't forget how many people you touch every night. I have even said you should come on in your PJs, no makeup and all. You would still be beautiful because beauty comes from the inside. God bless. Love, Angelic Callie. So let me see if... Oh, are you there? Do you want to call in, Angel Callie? What's going on? Did she answer yet? Did you?
People are calling me.
I know, I got it. Oh, they're texting my phone? Oh, I left my phone upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You tried it too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoever was calling, my phone was upstairs. Sorry. Do you want to call in, Angel Callie? I'll put the number in the email you sent me. I didn't realize my phone wasn't down here. I'm sorry about that. I sent you the number, Angel Callie, and I'm listening to these moths on the side of this door. It's kind of ridiculous. I just sent you the, I just sent it to you, Angel Callie. And where's Turtle Girl? Turtle Girl, is your my dryer is on, yeah, down the hallway. Turtle Girl, what? Did this happen tonight? Oh, hey, Cosmo, I didn't see you. I think what I need to do is, you know what I should do? I should put our breakthrough number in the mod chat, and then if I'm ever don't have my phone, one of you guys can call in. That would probably be the thing to do. You can hear the dryer? Okay. I just replied to the email you sent me tonight. I just replied to it. So yeah, I got it. Yeah, I do see it. I just replied. I just replied to you. How big are the moths? They're noisy. I know. I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're that... I don't know. It's just like they're flying in here. Kathy says, come to Texas. It's hot as hell, but I'm a great cook. Where is Angel Callie? I don't. Yeah, because when I'm off the chat and I can't see it, and if I leave my phone somewhere, I'm not going to hear anything. And I left my phone upstairs in the bedroom. Hey, Buzzkill. What? Oh, okay. I see people were leaving their emails. I'm seeing like you can delete me now. I'm like, what's that? I'm just trying to go back where I was. Did you get it, Angel Callie? Who's biting their tongue? No time. Bella? Oh, good night, Victoria. No Rambo left behind. You have an appointment in a few hours? A few hours? Oh, early in the morning, right there. Okay, You got a cold front in Kansas. Wow, really? I don't like the sound of that. Where's Turtle Girl? Uh-oh, something's coming in here. What happened? Your son took his own life in November? No warning, no note, no nothing. I'm sorry, Sophie. Angela, Callie, let us know if you got the email, please. You would love more than anything to find someone that could understand or relate. My husband is a cop, so having my dad commit suicide by cop. What? My husband is a cop. Oh, there. Hi, Angel, Callie?
Yes.
Hi, is this Callie?
Yeah.
Oh, how are you doing?
Kind of bad.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
Do I put the sign in?
I can't hear you too well. Can you get closer to your? Are you using your phone or?
Using my phone.
Oh, okay. So what's got you so upset tonight?
Say that again.
What is it?
Say that again.
Save. I thought you said Saved by the Bell, but that can't be it, right? Okay, so at least I made you laugh. It's hard to hear you.
How can I make the volume go up anymore?
That sounds a little better. Here, let me see. Maybe if I put myself on mute. Hold on one second. Okay, now try now. See if that'll work.
Okay, that's better?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah, but I have to put myself on mute, so that takes me a second to come back.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want to tell us what's wrong?
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago, my niece died last year.
Callie, do you want to tell us what's wrong?
Yeah. Her boyfriend came to help us do some stuff for her mom. So then,
Callie?
yeah. Can hear you.
Callie?
Hello? Yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yep. Did you not hear what I said?
Callie?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. You can't hear me? Hello?
Callie?
Hello?
I think she's trying to talk. You might be on mute. Let me see.
You either. Shit, hang on. Let's see if I can fix this.
Can you hear me, Callie?
I can hear you, but I
You
don't
hear
know
her?
if you can hear me.
Wait, you hear her?
Can you hear me
hear
better
her.
now? Can you hear it now?
Callie, can you hear me?
Hello? Can I try again?
Okay. Callie, uh-oh. Maybe she lost connection. Hopefully she just lost connection. I don't know what's going on. I couldn't hear what she said in the beginning. It really sounded like Saved by the Bell. I don't know. Callie, can you call in again? Oh, you could hear her? I can't hear her. I could not hear her. That's weird. Okay. That's very strange. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I lowered my I didn't realize, and then it went to mute. Okay, I see what it is. Oh boy. You guys should have told me sooner. She sounds like she's groggy. Did anybody hear what it was that I heard Saved by the Bell? Jenna do says, call back, Callie. You tried to tell me? She mentioned something about sleeping pills earlier. Does anybody remember what state she's in? Something about her boyfriend? Does anybody remember what state she's in? I didn't read my chat quicker. Ask her if she did take those pills. She's going to call in again. You think California, Steffi? Dylan, she's in California, you know? Yeah. I know that she lived in, wasn't it Michigan when her husband was killed? When she called, there was an area code. Mother, I know, the mother and her are not talking, right? Her mother disowned her. And then she said tonight her whole family thinks she should die. But she's got all of her Yorkies that she dresses up and everything. Hi, Callie?
Yeah.
Okay, now I can. Yes. So
okay,
what got you so upset tonight?
What is it?
What got you so upset?
Oh, last week, this guy that was seeing, like, when she died, and he wanted to come over and do some work, help her around, cut the grass and stuff like that. So he came over, and within a week, we're sleeping in each other's bed. And he's 49 and she's 75. So I told her, like, that's not appropriate. I told him what kind of person he is. He's been in prison before for drugs, and I just can't believe that she's living with him. It's a horrible fight.
It's really hard to hear. You're a little muffled. Did you take any pills?
What do you mean, pills?
Did you take any sleeping pills?
No.
You did?
No, I didn't. I can make it louder. Maybe go off speakerphone?
Yeah, maybe try off speakerphone. Can try it now.
I heard you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay.
So what happened tonight? You had problems with your mom?
Yeah, it started like 2 weeks ago, and then I found out that their boyfriend and girlfriend, which she's 49 and she's 75.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I said, he's had problems with drugs. He's been in prison before. He's was a boyfriend to my niece that she died. So I told her, like, I don't trust him. It's kind of inappropriate that you guys like are sleeping in the same beds and all that. I just didn't see it was right because, and I told my mom, I would say, you know, go find somebody, go to lunch, go do this, but find somebody that at least has their own car, a home, because all he's going to do is just like monkeys can be really sweet and funny and all that, but when you don't feed the monkey, it bites you in the ass. So I know it's going to happen. Like, either he's going to stay here for a long time.
Are they in the same house as you?
Yeah.
Okay, and you have your dogs, right?
Yep. Well, when this house was built, we kind of added a big section onto it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was mine and Cody's house, because before we lived in apartments and stuff like that. So my mom said, well, my dad was so sick, we need to take care of him, you know, most of the time. So she built this whole section of the house for me and Cody.
Mm-hmm.
But she just stopped really, she said the police came, and I told him, I said, he has guns in Detroit in his house. He sells drugs. He's just not a nice person. And
How
the
did
police
his other significant other that lived in your house, did she live in your house? How did she die?
liver disease.
Oh, okay.
She lost her voice. She was married to an Indian guy from India. And he, like, in that culture, the women followed the men. So when they got a divorce, he took the kids, and she could never see him ever. And then something happened. She didn't show up for like one supervised visit or something. So they said that she can't come and see the kids anymore. So after that, she was just like heartbroken. So she started drinking. And it caught up with her. I mean, it's fast because she's only young, but it's sad. And me and my mom raised these two girls. My two nieces, we raised as our own. So don't you think it's kind of weird that this boyfriend that's been living with her for 5 years, he honestly for a whole year was stalking me.
Stalking
writing
you?
things, pictures. I don't know if that's classified as stalking, but sending private parts, pictures like that.
To you?
Yeah.
Okay, but
No,
he lived
I
there
told-
with your niece? He lived in this house with your niece while your niece was alive?
No, they lived in another apartment, or they lived in a house in Detroit.
Oh, and where are you? Are you in Michigan now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always lived in Michigan.
Okay.
So I just think it's kind of weird and kind of disrespectful in a way that you would have a relationship at 75 with this guy that's not nice.
But when did he start coming to the house?
About 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. He was just coming over to, like, he owns like he doesn't own, but he does like lawn maintenance and stuff for people.
Right.
So he said, let me come over, cut the grass, and do a few things. And she finally broke down and said yes, because he was texting her and nasty pictures. When she came to me one day and she said, did Rick send you a picture of his private parts? And I said, yes. And I said, if you bring them over here, I want nothing to do with them. So anyway, we got into this huge, huge fight. The police came, and they said, honestly, they can't do anything because as long as my mom wants him here and her name's on the house, he can stay.
So your mother wasn't appalled that he was sending your deceased niece's significant other was sending both you and her pictures of his private parts?
Yes, and every day since she's died, he has like texted me every day. I love you. I can't be without you. I'm going to die. Okay, this is it. I'm not going to be, you can't talk to me anymore because I'm going to be dead tomorrow.
Your mother is saying this?
No, he's saying
Oh,
this.
he's saying it.
So, I just don't know what to do. Like, my aunt got so mad at me. She was like my mom's sister.
Yeah.
She said, leave your mom alone, and you're a spoiled brat. And she just wrote me a nasty letter. And
But
I don't know what
he's
to do.
obviously, if he's sending the stuff to both you and your mom, and now he's together with your mom now?
Yeah.
And how does he act when you're around?
Well, at first when he got here, it was kind of like flirting and saying nice things and all that. And I didn't want him to start up anything like that because I just don't want to. So I told him that, and then he started hanging out with my mom. And then a couple days later, they're like, "Gosh, we're boyfriend and girlfriend." And I just told him it's sick, it's disgusting, and me and my mom were fighting. And somehow we were pushing each other, and I slammed my hand in the gate, and it was all bloody. But I don't know how to get him out. Like, you would think, seriously, if you came into a house where there's a family and you started breaking up the family, wouldn't you just kind of leave?
But no, if he stays there 2 weeks or something, I think he can. I think there's some, right? Somebody was just telling me that he can claim not squatters, right? But something, right? If he's there 2 weeks or something? Who told me? Sharon told me something like that, I think, Sharon.
If what?
If they stay 2 weeks, then you can't just kick them out or something. Because they can claim that. But, oh, yeah, somebody said, wouldn't he be in violation of parole? Could you call his parole officer?
It's been too long ago, so I don't think he would be on parole.
Oh, he's okay. He's not just out.
No, not just out. But everybody that I talked to, my other niece, she talked to my mom, and she said, if you continue this, I won't let you see the kids. I don't want nothing to do with you. So, like, what do I do to try to get him out? I'm almost like ready to crush up a whole bunch of laxatives and put it in his food so he just shits it for. It's kind of bad to say, but.
Did you say he's selling drugs out of the house?
Yeah, that's what he does.
Well, couldn't you call the police then and they take him away?
You would think he's trying to get like a grow. He's going to use that house as a grow house, they call it, for marijuana and stuff like that. And
Is
right now
is that legal in Michigan?
No. Well, you can be a grower, but it's only small amounts at a time. You can't just open a big warehouse of, as I've understood it. That's how I, somebody told me, so.
Now, is your mother of sound mind?
I don't know at this point. I think she's a little crazy now.
But so she wasn't, like, when she was okay with him sending her pictures like that?
No, she wasn't. She said, I told her, and then she got one, and we were getting our hair one day, and my mom shows a hairdresser what pictures he's sending. And who in their right mind would send pictures like that? I have a notebook and I have a camera, and I took pictures of everything, all the messages he sent me, all the whatever.
Right. So why don't you get him on harassment? There's something with he's sending you naked pictures. He's harassing you. you could get a restraining order on him and then he can't live there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought you had to, like, kick the person out first before you got to...
No, just if he was harassing you, show them.
Well, we didn't have any, like, physical contact at all. It was just him texting he loves me every day of his life.
Right, but texting he loves you every day and you're not reciprocating that's harassment.
I told my mom, I said, don't, just ignore him. Don't answer his messages. Don't talk to him or nothing. He's a con artist. This is what these men do. They don't work. They pick these women that, like, I know my mom's lonely since my dad died and all that, but, you know, I can't figure it out. I don't know why she's with them. I really don't, because he has no education. He doesn't have a job. He has nothing, no cars.
Well, I would call the police. First of all, just call him and just say, tell them what's going on. Say that he's sending you this stuff and ask if you could get a restraining order. Go talk to the police in person and show them this stuff and tell them what he's doing. You might be able to get him on theft by swindling charges too. Yeah, the police will normally come to the house where you can show them. That's the first thing I would do. I would just show them what's going on. And if he's doing any type of illegal activity in the house or he has illegal drugs on him, that will also work against him. Are you still there, Angel? Kelly? Callie, are you still on the line? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah,
I
would call the police and have them come over and and tell them what's going on.
They asked me when I was talking to the cop, he asked me if, like, how much clothes he has here.
Mm-hmm.
And they said if he has clothes here, then you just can't kick him out. I'm like, that's great.
But what
you
if
know what he's doing?
No. But what if he's harassing you? Then you could get a restraining order.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But did you take any medication tonight, like sleeping pills?
No.
Okay.
I usually wait till you're done and then
Okay.
I can't sleep without a sleeping pill. I need something. I've tried, like, over-the-counter stuff, and that doesn't even work. Teas, I've tried different kind of teas.
And so is your son around? Where is your son?
He's in here in the living room.
And so what is he? You have a good relationship with him, right?
Yeah.
So what does he say?
He just thinks it's wrong, too. Everybody thinks it's weird. And it's not so much weird. It could be weird, maybe, and I still might accept it. But when you're just manipulating somebody and trying to get things from them, your motives are different. So I I just don't know. But I will, the restraining order, I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, I mean, I would get off and call the cops and then let us know what they say.
Oh, probably won't be till tomorrow. What time is it? Like 3? 2:30?
2:30,
I'll
yeah.
call tomorrow morning.
All right, but you're not going to do anything,
No.
right?
No, I'm not. I just feel like you feel so alone. I feel so alone right now.
Yeah, but you have everybody here. You have your dogs. You have your son. You know, you just have to push through this, and there'll be better days. You just have to. You're in. Oh, are you? What county are you in? Are you in Oakland?
Macomb.
Which one?
Macomb, it's called.
Oh,
M-A.
Macomb.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would talk to your son if you feel, your son's a big guy, right?
Yeah. We tried. Everybody tried to talk to my brother, Cody, and me. And he said he's not leaving unless she kicks him out. So there's I don't know, I just don't know what to do. Like, haven't talked to him since like last week, not even one word. And I know people, especially people on your channel, they have all kinds of things. I guess everybody's struggling in their own way.
Yeah, a lot of people are struggling, but I mean, you should never, want it to. You've got a lot of people that care about your son, your dogs. You have, and this you'll. It's a very temporary situation. Bridget said, yeah. I would just call the police in the morning, and see. And if your mother he's not abusive at all to. Besides that thing with the fence, I don't know who pushed you or what happened, but has there been any other physical interactions?
No.
Okay.
Nothing like that.
Yeah, I think if you call the police and you explain, they'll probably tell you like what you can do too besides the restraining order. And I don't know how long he's been out of prison, but there's certain things. Someone said that he can't be growing, or and obviously he can't be selling drugs, whether it was there or not.
My mom is so gullible, and she's so, like, she believes everything that somebody tells her, and you don't really do that. You kind of like skim over the pieces where they think they're exaggerating.
Well,
or
he's
whatever,
probably a master manipulator, and she's in a vulnerable spot, and so he's telling her what she wants to hear. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Right. And so you're getting in the way of that, and he's manipulating her to think a certain way. So it's really not your mother's action. Your mother's just, going off of what he's saying. So I would call the police and see, maybe you can get some type of someone to come out and mediate the situation as well.
Okay, that's a good idea.
All right, so let us know how that goes. But yeah, if you feel like suicidal, call a hotline number, but don't do anything, because who's going to take care of your dogs, and who's your son going to go to?
Yeah,
you don't want to do anything like that. That's a permanent thing for a very temporary situation. You don't want to do that.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, take care.
Thanks.
All right,
okay,
we care about you, so don't do anything.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Need someone to talk sense into your mom. Now, where is Turtle Girl? Where did Turtle Girl go? Oh, there you are. So, Turtle Girl, did this just happen tonight with your dad? Was he, I missed a lot of the chat. Maybe they asked you, did he have any warning signs? Was he depressed or anything? What's wrong with Sakura Girl? What happened? What's wrong, Sakura's Girl's going through something? Turtle Girl, do you want to call in? What happened to Sakura Girl? I better scroll up. She said she's facing death? Sakura Girl? I'm lost. Sakura Girl, are you still here? Oh, here I go. Oh, I see it. Oh no, Sakura Girl, sorry to hear that. Are you still getting treatment, Sakura? I mean, oh, sorry, Amanda. Prayers for all of you. Check my email. Okay. Okay. All right, Turtle Girl, I sent that.
Hey, I just created a professional Wix.
Yes, Wix site. Okay, this is on delay. Yeah, Turtle Girl, I set the number. So I got that, Teresa. And did you want to call in, Sakura? Hey, Turtle Girl. Hi. Can you hear us? Can you hear me? Let me see if I put anything on. Hold on, let me check my volume. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh.
Let me step outside. I don't want my son to get woken up.
Okay.
Are you there?
Yeah.
First of all, I love your channel so much. I started watching you since the first Chris Watts video that you had did.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in Charlotte, and I guess just everything I've been through with my life, and I just got so wrapped up into the Chris Watts thing, trying to figure it out. And then whenever somebody mentions suicide,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just rushes it back to me so bad. My husband is a cop, and my dad committed suicide by cop. And I got the phone call when it happened at the 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother picked me up and we went. And how I found out my dad had died was I got there and there was so many police cars and a SWAT team. There was helicopters, and they wouldn't tell me anything. And when I finally got there, how I found out was when there was a sheet over his body, and all I can remember is just begging and pleading. I just wanted to touch his body while he was warm, and well, of course they didn't let me, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, and he works third shift, and my husband does, and I've just really enjoyed just being able to hang out with you in the evenings, and somebody mentioning that, and then the lady who just called in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I can just relate to so many of the ladies here. My mom was dating a younger guy, and I went through the same thing. It was some years ago, and I was so upset, and I kept telling her, "Are you crazy? He's younger than my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?" And it tore me up so bad that I had to go to the doctors and, get some depression medicine. It just completely threw me for a loop. And so I could feel a lot from her. I'm not living with my mom, of course, but I hate she's living there. I wish she could leave. And her mom's a whole lot older, but I don't know. I've been through a lot with both my parents. And then I'm married to a cop. It just is crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
So what town what state are you in? Are you in Arizona?
No, I'm I'm not far.
Oh, you're
right
in
down
Charlotte,
the road
you
from
said,
where,
yeah. Okay.
From where Chris Watts and Shanine got married, actually.
Okay.
And my family was like into the racing too, and that, intrigued me, and just trying to understand and figure that out, because I'm like, oh my goodness,
So, I mean, so this just happened just yesterday, early 3 o'clock, 24 hours ago?
No, it happened a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
It was like,
Oh, you were mentioning it because I see it now. Okay.
yeah, somebody had mentioned that in the chat, and I've really, 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 really wanted somebody to understand or just to relate to, because I don't know if anybody understands, but my husband is a cop, and my dad committed suicide by cop. And, family members have, but this is just so, I've Googled, looked all on the internet. I don't know why, but it's just to have somebody to relate to me in that. And I don't think I ever will find somebody like that. I don't think I will.
I mean, maybe not that exact scenario, right? But have you gone to any type of support groups there? Are you just looking on the internet for support groups and stuff?
Yeah, because I know it's such a rare type of thing. I really doubt somebody here in Charlotte's gonna have had the same situation. If they had, I would have heard it on the news,
Right. It might not be the same situation, but there might be. I'm sure there's someone there. There's probably suicide support groups that they'd probably cross over to a lot of feelings. Maybe not exactly the same thing, but still might help you out.
To have a parent do that,
Yeah.
I'll never be right.
No, you'll be. You're not going to get over the grief of losing. So you have the grief of losing a parent, and then how he did that, because you don't ever get over the loss of a parent, no matter what. You just live through it. And then you've got very tragic circumstances, so it's compounded. But it's not that you'll never be all right, because you are all right. You are all right, and you'll live through it. It's your life has changed, but it doesn't mean you can't have a happy life.
I know, and some days are good.
Some days are bad.
And,
Yeah, believe me, I know about the grief part of it, just losing a
but
parent.
every now and then they'll be like, and my dad, he was in dirt track racing, and his number was 33, and it's like out of nowhere, sometimes the number 33 will come up, and that'll break me. Little things like that.
Oh, look at me
Sometimes,
today. Yeah, I had
like,
that today.
you know what I'm saying? Like you said,
Yeah.
your parents passed away. Sometimes I'm right down the road and I'll look and take a glance over and somebody in the car and it looks like my dad. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I know it's not, but it's crazy.
No, I understand. I mean, and I think those are signs and stuff. So I would take them in a positive way, you know, that he's sending.
I know when you said that in the earlier video of signs and, you know, and then I don't remember if you said robin or cardinal bird.
Cardinal, yeah.
Cardinal. And mine is always 33. And it's just, oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, that's, you know, your sign. And so just take it as, you know, he's just telling you that he's there, you know, he's watching, you know, he's with you. Because I think it's, you know, it's important to get through what we have to get through every day.
I know. I'm just, and he, my dad, I love my husband. You know, my husband loved him. But my dad was very drunk that night. I talked to the guy who did the autopsy, and he said he was 3 times, you know, the legal limit. And my husband has, you know, reassured and been really good and said, if your dad was sober, he would have never done that. So I am very thankful for my husband. I am.
Right. So, yeah.
He retires at the end of this year. He will have had his 30 years at the sheriff's office. That is a long time.
Yeah.
He told me we've been married like, 22, 23 years. I can't remember. I'd have to, it was in 97. But he told me about 15 years ago, he said, people are getting meaner. And they are. I mean, look at what these fathers are doing. That's horrific. And my dad didn't do that, of course. But to commit suicide, that is the ultimate selfish thing that absolutely anyone could ever do. And that broke my heart in the chat, because I'm like, whew. You know, I mean, I just, when there is absolutely no hope, that you think that your only alternative is to do that.
Right, yeah. But you know what? I mean, because I know somebody that went through this and they had a big thing about, you know, being so selfish. But the person in that state of mind, you have to, like, especially your father was drunk, you know, and whatever he did, if he was drinking to self-medicate for some type of pain, you have to understand that he was in pain and just forgive him for that, because you don't know. And I know that you're thinking, if he was in his right mind, he wouldn't do that. So I think
him, that has been really hard. I never even really thought about that, to be honest. To forgive him.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge.
Right.
Wow. That just gave me a lot to think about.
Yeah.
And honestly, at this very moment right now, I can't forgive him.
Because you're angry still, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well.
You know, and when I left the house with my brother to go, that was one thing my husband said. He said, do not tell them who I am down there, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I wouldn't do that, you know, to, like, mess with his job or whatever. But I don't see how it could, but it still doesn't look good, you know?
Right.
wow, to forgive him.
Yeah, just, and it doesn't mean you have to understand, you have to totally understand it, but just, if you forgive him, then, you can start healing, and just, he was in pain. He didn't do it to hurt you. He didn't do it to hurt anyone. He did it because he thought it was the only way, at that time. Just like a lot of people do that, and, it's a permanent solution for a temporary problem, right? So, but they're not thinking
Absolutely.
clearly. They're not thinking clearly.
You know what? When he did that, and when a parent, and I don't know what a child's like, that's horrific. Honestly, I don't even want to take my mind there. That's so horrific. And my heart bleeds for somebody who's been through that. But I know what it's like for a parent and the child. A parent does that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he left me alone in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they had me, and he left by choice. And you know what? This is the one thing when somebody, this is like when I was at his funeral, I didn't want anybody to touch me because it physically hurt for somebody to touch me. And it absolutely killed me and infuriated me when people would say, I know how you feel. My dad died too. And I kept my mouth shut because I was in so much pain that I really wanted to scream and say, no, you don't, because your dad didn't choose it.
Right.
And do you know that was somebody said something, it's one person, and it was the best thing because, number one, you don't tell them you'll see them again, they're in a better place, because honestly, when you're grieving, the best place for them to be is with you.
Right.
Not away.
Right.
But somebody told me, they said, I am so sorry for your loss. That sucks. That's it.
Right.
That was the best, and just, I'm sorry for your loss, and that sucks.
Yeah.
Because there is no other.
Right.
You can't
Yeah,
say
but people
anything to make
just,
me feel you can't.
I think people just don't know what to say, and so they try and say something to make you feel
Yeah,
better.
but there isn't it. You just say, I'm sorry for your loss. That sucks. That's it.
Yeah.
That was, and I tell people all the time, because, I do hair, so I meet tons of people, and whenever that subject is talked about, I'm like, please, that is the only thing you can tell them. Do not ever say anything else. I'm sorry for your loss. That sucks. Anything else, I don't know, it hurts. And
Right.
it's silliness. It's like, how can you? And I know they're wanting to help and,
Yeah.
maybe help you feel better, or I know the thoughts are, what they
Well,
say.
no,
is
I
good
understand
intentions,
because
but
I
if
knew
they
a
really
girl.
stopped and thought about it, that there isn't anything. You
No.
just say that sucks. Acknowledge that it sucks.
It's really hurting. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. It's horrible. Yeah. There's no. Because like I said, I knew a woman that she lost her baby, and she said, people came up to me and said, well, I guess God needed another angel. And she's
Oh
like,
my God.
she's like,
That
I
is-
don't want, God has a lot of, this is mine, so she's like, that was the wrong thing. But again, people thought it was, the right thing to say. And that's why, as hard as it is, like, some people that are in that position, it's good that they voice what needs to be done, especially when someone loses a child. Like my daughter has a friend, they lost the child to SMA, which is like a muscular dystrophy type of, they lost the baby at she was 5 months. And she wanted to, I was her Girl Scout leader. So, and they were just terrific people, but the baby passed, and she wanted to talk about the disease. And I said, Amanda, people will want to know, because there's things like when someone does lose a child, people think, don't talk about the child. Don't say anything about the child, and so there's all kinds of things we don't know a lot about how to deal.
That makes me want to cry.
Right.
Even because when people, I want to talk about it,
Right.
You
And
know,
they
because
do. And see, they do for the most part. And people sidestep it, okay? And they don't want to bring it up because they don't want to bring up this hurt. And that's what I said. I said, Amanda, you know what? If we were going to do something together, you might want, and that they just had a baby after a few years now. The baby's fine. They had to do in vitro to make sure it didn't have that. But, you know, just talk about it because people sidestep it. Like, I don't want to bring it up. Like, she's going to forget that her child was here and died, you know, and then she's not going to forget it. So, yeah, and I know even when my father lost my mother and we were all grieving, see, that was the really hard thing because we were all grieving and we didn't even know. I feel bad for the way I handled my father's own grief because I had my own grief and it was just crazy. But my father wanted to talk about my mother all the time. And it's sometimes I couldn't handle it because I was, you know, it's just, I don't think as a whole society we know how to deal with grief because it's one of these things we don't talk about, you know, and it's easier if you don't talk about it. But yeah, it's hard to explain.
yeah,
But people want to talk about their child and they don't want you to forget their child. And that's the whole thing. But
it is because if you don't, it's like they didn't exist. Let's not
right,
talk about
yeah.
it.
Why don't you bring it up? You know what? Because and it's not anybody's fault. It's just that we're not in tune to that because we just don't want to hurt someone anymore. You know.
Yeah, that's true. But if there's anything in the world, oh my God. When somebody dies, just say, I'm so sorry for
That
your
sucks.
loss. That sucks. Because I'm telling you, it physically hurt when somebody tried to just hug me. And I remember, because you know at the funeral you're supposed to get in the receiving line and everybody, you know, kind of talks about, you know, they would say maybe something about my dad and blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to hear any of that because that's my dad and it was personal. And honestly, I didn't really care about their experience with my dad because, I mean, I don't know how you were, but I mean, some people, they want to, I mean, after the fact, yeah, but it was just so mind-blowing how somebody could just, I don't know, sit around and you know, after somebody's passed away and they're there in the coffin and people are just, I don't know how people do the receiving line, and I guess they're better than me. I couldn't even be physically touched. I couldn't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it's been a few years, but sometimes it's like you can't breathe.
yeah.
And there is a
Everybody's.
stigma on suicide.
Yeah.
And people, there's a huge stigma on that. And and I really wish there wasn't.
Right. There's a lot of stigmas on, you know, everything. I mean, it's just, you know, terrible. And I mean, we don't know how to deal with a lot of things. And we don't know how to deal, we can do a lot of things like laugh nervously and it's always, you know, just not knowing or avoid a person because you don't know how to talk to them,
Yeah,
you know?
I've heard people do that. I'll never be the same ever.
No, you won't be. I mean, I don't think anybody, I think we change definitely when we lose our parents, no matter how we lose them. And we're not going to be the same because it's something profound. But you know, you can be okay. There'll be good days, like you said, there'll be bad days, and there'll be days that sometimes you don't even know where it's coming from, and you'll just be overcome with sadness.
Let me ask you if you experienced this. Like when we were at my dad's house, me and my brothers, like, you know, just, you know, going through his house and getting things together. And I remember, and it was about at 3 months, I think it was, And my brother said something, and I started laughing. And at that moment, my breath was almost knocked out, and I looked at him and I said, that is the first time that I've laughed. 3 months. And, like, do you remember that? Like, the first time you laughed after it. It's like, I don't know, that was a hard emotion to process for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that it had been 3 months before I had left.
Right. Because you had a compounded, issue. It wasn't just that your dad died. It was the way he died. And then, so you were dealing with a lot. You were dealing with not only grief, but intense anger and, and some sort of, like you said, there,
Well,
like, I don't know if you'd
and
call it embarrassment or
no, but you know what it was at first? There was a lot of denial because
denial.
at first I was like, they killed my dad, they murdered my dad, they
Oh,
shot
okay.
my dad. And then, the police chief, and there was a big investigation, of course, because it was like the sniper guy at my dad's house. And so many times I walked so slowly through the house where I knew where he was, and I walked open like in the door. I remember just like opening the door very slowly, and I'm like, when he did this, what made him continue to turn the doorknob and to push it out? I know he didn't want to like kill any cops or anything. He had a gun in each hand and one in each pocket, and he did walk out a good way. And because he was on 5 acres of land, so there's all these cops in the radios, and I'm really glad that I did get a detailed thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
But he had kept saying, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, and I didn't really know any of that until after the fact. But the sniper, I mean, it was one clean shot to his heart. I mean, I do now. I'm like, I'm glad it was one, but I remember talking to the autopsy guy, and I was like, how long was he in pain before he died?
Mm-hmm.
And my husband, so we looked up the gun that the guy used and the bullet he used, and my husband said maybe 5 seconds. And if you count from 5 to 1 backwards, that's actually a long time. To me it is,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm like, he was in pain that long. But then again, I'm like, well, he was drunk, hopefully not.
Right. Yeah, I
I
mean,
just
see,
really
Maylene,
wish that there was somebody that was something in some type of similar, something like that. And there's just not. And I just really wish there was.
you wish there was what? Somebody in what?
Just somebody that could just,
Relate exactly to that?
yeah. And you know what it makes me feel like? It makes me feel like, well, I am the only person in the world that's experienced that. And it's a lonely pain. It's a lonely pain. I have girlfriends, their parents like died of, they had Alzheimer's, and there's
Right.
support groups for that,
Mm-hmm.
and all these other things. But this is such I guess somebody would say, a unique situation or whatever. I don't have that. So I'm thankful that, they do have support groups for the other things, but.
Yeah, someone in the chat, Maylene said, I'll never get over my husband's suicide. Support groups were pushed on me, but I just couldn't handle other people's pain, much less my own. Life's tough
totally
at times,
agree.
isn't it? One day at a time.
Yeah, it is. And then it does get to a point where there's been some times where I go a day and I didn't think about him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, the next day I'm like, I didn't think about my dad. So then things are good.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody will mention suicide. Someone, I see 33. and it's so raw at that moment. It's just so raw.
Right, because that's a trigger for you, so, that's going to be something, and it's only 2 years, right?
No, honestly, this is the crazy thing. It was in 2013, but my dad's estate is still not closed. My dad was he was like, he was a slumlord. He owned tons of, property that, none of us are going to go through, even in the daytime, where we're going to get pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
And he inherited it down from like my great grandpa and my grandpa. And at the end, I found, my dad blew absolutely every bit of that money. It's insane. And he just felt like he couldn't live anymore, I guess, because he blew all the money. He just like destroyed the business.
Right.
And I've heard that before. He was the third generation with something like that. It's like the person that builds the business, of course they work hard, then their child, but it's always like when it gets to the grandchild, I don't know. You would think they would build it, but it's like, I don't know if it's not appreciating, taken for granted, and then they just blow it.
Yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's still a lot you're working through just with, like I said, just with the suicide, because you're angry and you want answers for certain things, and so it's a lot. It just the grief alone. If it was,
It's also, but you know what? When somebody mentions suicide,
yeah,
I just want to scream, please don't do that, because you were getting ready to destroy someone else.
right.
I pray to God that she doesn't take any of those pills tonight. I wish it would never happen again for anyone.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a there's a song. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's a country song. It's about a young man that kills himself, and they're left with all the answers. Why, and they don't know. Why, and that's what I think you wanted. Like, just why. Is that the only answer that there was? And that's So I definitely I know anyone that's gone through that is answer is with that part of it, but then I think you have it compounded with the method.
Yeah.
And then with your own husband being a cop, so you've got a very compound issue there. And then I think the anger is probably very common with that, because why did you do this, why did you leave me, why, whether it's
because it's like, you had me, then you left me. And I mean, I'm a grown adult, but I mean, I'm still his child. I mean, I've been married, but he's still my dad. But the thought of, you had me, then you left me.
right.
I don't know. It's
And
crazy.
yeah, it's abandoned. It's also a sense of abandonment, because when your parents die anyway, you feel abandoned, orphaned, no matter how old you are. It affects you. And so, again, with someone choosing that, you've got the anger added and the whys all in there. So you've got a way compound issue besides just the grief and the loss of a parent. So yeah, I feel for you, but I think just maybe find a quiet spot, maybe write a letter or something, and then forgiving him. Forgiving him doesn't mean that you're totally fine. It's not going to mean that, but it's going to be, I think, the first step in getting some type of peace. And like I said, you'll never get over it. You live through it, but I think it will give you some peace as you
but
go
you know
through.
what does help is when I'm like, well, if I can help someone
Mm-hmm.
from my experience,
Right.
there's just two things. Number one, like I said, when someone loses somebody, just say, I'm sorry for your loss. That sucks. And don't say anything else.
Right.
And number two, to anybody who's thinking about suicide, for them to truly grasp that they are getting ready to destroy some people.
Mm-hmm.
And I do, I've said it to a lot of people, and honestly, if it helps a few people, it does help me. I'm like, wow, at least something kind of good came out of it.
Right.
But,
Yeah. And I'm sure you will be able to help someone. And, and there's probably other people that, you could help and you could talk to. So, yeah, I mean, I think something will come out of it. Someone maybe hear this video and stop, maybe someone tomorrow night, you never know how, that's what I'm saying with today. You never know, your words could really make a difference to
I
someone.
hope so, because then it would, honestly, that would help me, that if I helped somebody else
Right, that would
through
be,
this,
yeah, that would
I
give
don't
it some
know.
purpose, right?
Yeah, and it just, God, I don't even know how to explain it. It would just
No, that's very, you explained
maybe
it very
soften
well.
the
You
blow
want a
or something by
purpose.
helping somebody. Does that
Right.
make sense? That if
No, it's
just
very,
don't,
you want a
just,
purpose.
yeah. Well, I mean, through this, yeah, it just, I mean, if anything, just when somebody loses somebody, to just, oh my gosh, that was horrific. I mean, when people say some of the things they do, I mean, someone is completely destroyed, and I know their intentions are good, but
Right.
they make the situation worse.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, I wish somebody would have told them, the people who said that to me, I wish somebody had reached out to them and told them. That way, they wouldn't have put that extra pain on me. Does
Right.
that make sense?
Yeah,
I
no,
wish,
that's exactly why I asked that girl. I said, what we really need is, why don't you say the way that you want people to treat you? Are they not supposed to mention your child? Do you want them to mention your child? Do and but I think more people do have to talk, and a lot of things, especially in generations past, were very, very taboo. Nobody talked about them. Okay, just look how we've been, right? I mean, I have an aunt that lost a baby, okay, at birth. I still, to this day, and my parents are gone now, my aunt is, it was never talked about except in like whispers that, yes, she lost a baby before I was born. Yes, there's a gravesite somewhere, but it was, nobody talked about it. I don't even know, I'm not even clear on what even happened, but nobody talked about it. And it's crazy that we go through this, and it's the same way with people being sick or having cancer. We didn't talk about that a few generations ago. It was whispered. And people we need to relate to people in pain better, people that are, and just, I think, if anything, it helps when somebody says, no, this is the way that I would like you to approach this. This is the way, we're unclear. And when we're unclear, then the people either avoid the person or they don't say anything. And we have to communicate better.
yeah, absolutely. Well, let me ask you something, because I don't want to change the subject. Okay, the pineapple thing. That is so cool. And you motivated me on this. Like, I love plants and flowers like crazy. And are there some, like, I've done it before where a plant, you'll pick a piece off where it's got a root, and
Right.
then I'll put it in a cup of water to, get the root going, just like you do with pineapple. Are there some that won't, like, start giving me roots where I could replant that in another area?
I
Or
don't,
is that
do you mean
possible
on the
with
pineapple
all
or any
plants?
plant? Any plant you're talking about?
Yeah, or pretty much. The plants that have flowers, you know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
because I found out the other night, I didn't know that you could take a leaf off of an African violet and reroot it. I'm going to buy that rooting compound and I'm going to try a lot of them.
Hold
I
on, there's a
didn't.
compound especially for that.
Yeah, there's like a, it's like a, I think it's like a powder and it just helps it along. Like you just stick the stem or whatever you're putting in the dirt and you put that on it and like, I think you just like dip it and then you put it in the dirt and it just helps it to root.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not necessarily going to help it grow faster. It's just like make it like, I guess,
Yeah, I
take
think it just
root and
makes
it's
optimal
stronger.
conditions, has the, like the horn, it's, is it a hormone or something? I have to read up about it, yeah, but it's a rooting hormone, rooting powder, right, Sakura girl? And that's what people were saying the other night. Like, I didn't know you could root geraniums from a stem. I didn't know that you could do that to African violets.
Oh, you should see my kitchen counter. It's ridiculous. After you, I went through picking so many things up, and I've got like, oh my gosh, because I'm like so excited. Some of them have already got some roots, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like gonna double all my plants everywhere. This is awesome.
Yeah, I have
And
that
some
too
of them
with
are
the
taking
aloe.
root, and some of them aren't. So I guess they go on. Some root faster, and some don't. I mean, I guess.
Yeah, and my daughter was just telling me that someone was showing her about the herbs. So then I'm saying, wait. He's doing sage. He's making, because he said, this is my main sage and these are my two baby sages. And I said, oh, can I root the
Wow.
rosemary? Can I root the patchouli? What, I have to read up on all of this. That's all a whole new area for me too.
I love that because I have gotten things from so many people's yards where, they'll start the root and then I have it and I love it because then I look in my yard and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's from so and so. And, but there's so many other things I had and I'm like, God, I wonder if I could do everything because I didn't know you could do a pineapple. And I thought, well, if you can do a pineapple,
Yeah.
then I got to try a little piece of all my plants and see what I can get. So,
Right. I say we're learning. And Sakura said she started 10 new geranium babies this weekend. Good for you.
oh, wow. Wow. Well, I'm curious how many different, like, what all different plants people have gotten motivated to root from your pineapples because it was like, I know a lot of people started doing the pineapples, but you
Oh, I
just,
know.
like, I
Yeah.
went crazy with all my plants and flowers. I was like, oh, I'm going to do this.
Yeah. I want to try to see about doing some of the herbs like the patchouli or the chamomile. Or I have to read up on it on how to do
I
that.
know. It's like I want to go to everybody's yard and, like,
Take
whatever I
little pieces
like.
of things.
I'm like, can I get a little piece? Let me just,
I tried to do that with something last year, and yeah, there are things that I want to do like that. Yeah.
yeah, you walk around the neighborhood and you're like,
Oh, I'll
oh,
just
I
take a
like
little piece of
that. Can I
that.
knock on their door and ask for a little piece?
Can I have a
And
little cutting? Yeah. See, and
oh,
that's
nice.
that gardening and stuff is good therapy. Like someone else was telling me who's been sending in a lot of pictures what good therapy the gardening was for her,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. Yes, I agree.
So, I mean, that's something that, things that we take joy in. So, I think that's really important to have that time, something you like to do. And I think it gives you time to just, reflect and do something good. I know it, it helps me. I know it helps this other person that is having a P&E war with me. But, yeah, so,
And this is so wild. Here I am talking to you. This is so crazy because, like, I have watched you since the very first video.
mm-hmm,
Not like from the very beginning.
right,
Because trying to understand this Chris Watts thing, and because it was like kind of close to home, you know what I'm saying?
right, yeah,
And it's like, my goodness, like they got married like where I'm at. And, and he went to the NASCAR thing that's like, gosh, it's not very far from my house. And and just trying to wrap my brain up, of course, and I just like looked at everything. But the way you present things are the facts, and then it's just evolved into something beautiful, and I appreciate you so much.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. I appreciate that very much.
I
And
mean, I just appreciate, and I guarantee that you have just touched so many people. And I never, like, I go on YouTube, but because of you, because I got tired of when I'm watching YouTube, and I know we're supposed to watch the commercials and all, but I really want to listen to you without that. So I pay the whatever a month so
Right.
I can hear you without the commercials. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, that's how much I enjoy it. So, anyway, I won't keep any more of your evening. And I just want to thank you for everything. And thank you for the encouragement also with the pineapple thing. So,
sure. You can email me anytime. And yeah, and send pictures of what you're having luck with there in the kitchen. Or a
all right,
video.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, share it.
All right. Well, you and all the Ramblers have a beautiful evening.
Okay, and wait,
Or
can I
morning,
ask you a
'cause some are
question?
waking up now.
Can I ask you a question before you go? Do you have turtles, or do you just call Turtle Girl?
Well, I don't know if you can, like, I'm so blah, 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 and I'm from the South. I'm actually a seventh generation Charlatan, but I don't act much, but, because I'm always in a hurry, and I'm a neat freak and always cleaning, and everybody's like, slow down, slow down,
Oh,
slow down. So I have all these little turtle things kind of around in the yard, and little bitty things.
to
like
remind you
nothing
to slow
cheesy
down.
or anything. Yeah, just a reminder to slow down. So that is, that's been probably a couple of decades. I'm just, yeah.
Right.
So no, I don't have one, but I've had a love for what they mean to slow down.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They're pretty fast in water. My little guy is pretty fast in the water.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have to take another video of him. Yeah. In the water, they're pretty fast.
Wow. Hold on, do you have a video of that?
I have one video of him, but I have to get another video because now that he's used to the tank, he does some funny stuff. Like he'll sit under where the filter comes down, like almost like he likes a whirlpool on his shell for a while. He likes a massage. He's a funny
Oh,
turtle.
you have to video that. I want to see that and see
Yeah.
him swim too.
I will. He's a funny little turtle.
What made you get a turtle?
Jimmy found him in the road. He was going to get crushed. He's a tiny little, did you see? Tiny, tiny little turtle.
Oh my gosh, how cute. I got to see him swimming.
Yeah,
I didn't know they swim fast. I know they walk slow, but swimming fast, that's hilarious. I love that.
That just reminded me of something. Last night, somebody was saying something that they found a flying squirrel or something, and I never got an email, so I guarantee you they sent it to the other email, and I should check that. Because I know someone was here like freaking out going, she's going to be so excited, I can't wait. And then I'm like, I never got an email, but I bet you she sent it to the Mommy Ramblings.
Are the flying squirrels, like, can you domesticate them?
Oh, yeah, they sell them as pets. Yeah, but if you get babies, like the one we found was an adult and it was still so docile and nice, and really it didn't bite. They're very lovable.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But,
Well, please take a video of it.
I will.
I'd like to see that.
I was going to do it today. I'll try to get it done tomorrow because he's really going around. He's very cute.
You amaze me how you can multitask. I mean, you amaze me. It's crazy. I'm like, how's she doing that?
I usually forget a few things, and I'm like, oh no, I forgot that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
But well, thanks for coming in. I hope that you feel better, and just let us know how you're doing on the plants and everything else. I'd like to see what you're hatching up there.
Absolutely, and I hope that everyone just remembers those two things. Just those two things. When just say, I'm sorry for your loss, and that sucks.
And that sucks.
And And then number two, like if somebody's thinking about it, how they're going to destroy.
The people left behind. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You will literally knock the breath out of them to where they can't breathe for a while. So I just
I'm sure I'm sure your words reached someone that needed to hear it, probably more than one person, and I would thank you for calling just for that. But
absolutely.
All right. You have a good night.
Well, thank you, Mommy. You too.
Okay. You take care. All right. Send me updates on the plans.
You got it. Love you guys.
Okay. Love you too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Evelyn, try minimizing your screen, your whole screen. You're not able to do that? Are you on how big is the screen you're on? I think you're still on, Turtle Girl. Let me see. Let me take her out. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay. I got you out. Okay. Oh, did I get you out? No. No. I don't know. That's not. How long can it take to root the pineapple? Some take longer than others, Diane. I don't know what it has to do. One of mine rooted so quickly. Some people's root really fast. Some could take 2-3 weeks. I swear I've had some that I'm still keeping there like a month later until they get good roots. Let me see something. But I think, let's see. All right. I think we'll call it a night tonight and end on that. Yeah, you can email me. Sure, Teresa. I'll check my other emails because I just thought about that. I think somebody might have emailed me, and I'm really bad about checking my mommy ramblings on the weekends. And I probably somebody that emailed me, and I totally spaced on it last night. I'm looking now, but does anybody remember who that was? Let me see if you guys can even give me a name. Oh, no time, thank you. Thank you very much. Do you remember who that was? Anyone in the chat that was going on about that she couldn't wait until I saw the email about the flying squirrels? Yeah. I don't know. I'll go through my Mommy Ramblings email. But I better go to bed sometime a little bit early. It's Tuesday morning. I've got to be up bright and early and on a whole school bus with a bunch of 9-year-olds. Mm-hmm. And one that my son says he'll probably punch you. Oh, that was about the flying squirrels. Is that what it was about? Did somebody know who it was? I'll find. I'm sure she probably emailed me in that other one. But thank you to all our mods. Thank you to everyone for coming. Thank you, and prayers and love to everyone's going through a hard time. All right, and hang on, because there's always hope, no matter how bleak. All right, take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know how. I feel like today I can't feel it. Oh, I gotta go over here.